Hello, writers of the world, and welcome back to another episode of the Hanaz AI podcast, where imagination meets innovation. I'm your host today, and oh yes, today is big, because for the past 5 episodes, we've talked about life without AI, the challenges writers face alone, and the free version of Hanaz AI and its useful starter tools. But today, we are opening the door to something bigger, the paid version of Hanaz AI, the version designed for serious writers, the version that turns potential into progress, the version that transforms "I want to write a book someday" into "my book is finished, refined, structured, and ready to sell." If the free version of Hanaz AI is like having a bicycle, the paid version is like getting into a Tesla, smooth, powerful, and intelligent. So buckle up. This episode might be the moment you decide to finally take your writing dream seriously. Section 1. Let's get honest. Free tools can only take you so far. Every writer has a dream. A dream to finish a book, see their name on a cover, sell copies, and have people love their story. But most writers get stuck here. I do not know where to start. You open a blank page, and suddenly your brain becomes very interested in washing dishes, organizing your inbox, or scrolling Instagram. You think you'll finish your book later, but later turns into weeks. Week turns into months, months into years. And the painful truth? Ideas are cheap. Finished books are rare. The free version of Hanaz AI is fantastic. It helps spark ideas. But the paid version? The paid version turns sparks into flames. It moves you from thinking of writing a book to actually writing a book. Not someday, not eventually. Now. Let's move on to section 2. What makes the paid version different? Let me say this very clearly. The paid version of Hanaz AI is not more tools. It's a complete writing system designed specifically for authors, scriptwriters, content creators, coaches, trainers, instructors, and anyone who wants their writing to sell. The free version helps you generate ideas, but the paid version helps you plan your chapters, expand your scenes, structure your story arc, create character development, improve readability, and most importantly, finish high quality writing faster. The paid version gives you access to the following: a professional AI story name maker, which is a tool that generates suitable book titles, a professional AI story expander, which is an AI powered tool that helps develop and expand storylines. We then have the professional AI selling predictions, which is an AI model that evaluates a book's marketability. We also have the professional AI script refiner, which is an AI driven script analysis and refinement tool. Finally, we have the professional AI cover creator, which is a system that generates professional book covers. Moving on to the next section, writers don't just need ideas, they need execution. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're writing a novel. You tell Hanaz AI, my story is about a young woman escaping her past and discovering a new identity while solving a secret left by her grandmother. That's it. Just that. The paid version will do the following. It will generate multiple plot directions, suggest conflicts, tension, and emotional beats. It will chapter by chapter structure and expand each scene into pages of content. Imagine software does not just help you think, it helps you finish. Writers don't fail because of the lack of talent. Writers fail because of lack of structure, accountability, and rhythm. The paid version fixes all three. Moving on to the next section, which is a psychological shift from the free user to a real writer. We need to talk about something important. There's a moment, a very specific moment, when a writer transforms. It's the amount you invest into yourself. Not because of money, not because of pressure, not because someone told you to do so, but because deep down you decide, my dream is worth it. The paid version of Hanaz AI is more than software. It's a commitment. When you pay for tools that save you time, you write with more focus. When you invest in something that improves your writing, you take your work seriously, because now you have skin in the game. You are no longer saying, I hope I finish this. You are saying, I will finish this. That's the mindset of a real author. The next section is time is the most expensive part of writing, not software. A book takes around roughly 400 plus hours to write manually. Let's break that down. Idea brainstorming would be 20 hours. Planning chapters would take 50 hours. Writing your first draft would take 250 hours. And then editing plus revisions would take 80 hours. In total, that's 400 hours. If your time is worth even £10 per hour, that's £4,000 of your life. Hannah's paid version reduces that time by 70%. You could finish your draft in weeks instead of months. And ask yourself this: what is worth more, your money or your time? You can always earn more money, but you can never get back time. So I guess some of you are wondering, who is the paid version really for? The paid version is not for everyone. It's for the writer who knows their ideas deserve more than a draft, wants to release a book that people will remember, wants to see real results faster. If you just want to play around with ideas, the free version is perfect. But if you are someone who is writing a book, preparing a script, wanting to sell your writing, or looking for a professional publishing level result, then you already know that the free tools will not take you to the finish line. Professionals always upgrade, and that's a fact. Moving on to the next section, your book is not just a hobby, it's your legacy. Think of your book like a child. You do not hide it in a drawer. You want the world to see it. Hannah's paid version is your partner in making that happen. It never gets tired, it never gets overwhelmed, it never gets blocked. It's like having a story coach, a writing partner, a proofreader, and a marketing strategist, all in one place. Imagine this moment. Imagine holding your finished book. Not an idea, not a draft, a printed book, with your name on the cover, your story, your words, your message. You hand it to someone and say, I wrote this. And they look back at you with admiration and say, how did you do it? You'll smile and think, I did not do this alone. I had help. So here is my message to you today. Stop thinking someday. Start acting now. Unlock the paid version of Hanaz AI. Click the link in the description of this podcast or visit hanazwriters.org/paid version and begin your journey as a real writer, because your story deserves more than a draft. It deserves a reader. This brings us to the end of episode 6 of the Hanaz Writers AI podcast. In the next episode, we begin the fun part. We dive deep into each paid module. We demonstrate how they work. I'll show you live examples that you can use instantly. You do not want to miss this. Until then, keep writing, keep dreaming, and remember, great stories are not written, they are finished.